What's up? This is episode 8 of the series podcast, whatever you want to call it. I still don't have a name for it. We pretty much just going to go ahead and talk about the playoffs again. Round 1 is officially over. Round 2 has already started, and we have some interesting matchups to talk about. And also, some couples big-time superstar quarterbacks have finally found a team. Let's get right into it, baby. Woo! So round 1 is officially over, and there's a few, only one sweep, which was the Philly-Brooklyn series, which was the only sweep. We had a lot of games go 5, a couple go 6, and only one series go 7 games. And there's a few series I want to go over, starting with Milwaukee, Miami, and who would have thought Miami moves on to the second round as an 8 seed. Going up against the best team in the league, going up against a team that had just won the finals, or just won a championship, and was, going into the series, Milwaukee was completely, fully healthy. Like I said, one of the hottest teams in the league. My favorite to go to the finals out of the East, and a lot of people had them going to the finals as well out of the East. So, honestly, in my years watching basketball since who knows when, 2013, 2014, 2015, I've never seen an upset like this. This is by far the biggest upset. And it's like the style and the way they beat them. Miami had scored over 115, almost 120 points per game against a Milwaukee team who, in my opinion, is based around their defense. We can't talk about the series without talking about Giannis being hurt. He got hurt in the first quarter of Game 1, which kind of just changed the momentum, I feel like. Miami just took the momentum and ran with it and didn't look back. Jimmy Butler is the catalyst behind that team, the leader, the superstar. And it's Jimmy Butler is a player who elevates his game in the playoffs every time he makes it to the playoffs. There's no one like Jimmy where he doesn't have the best pieces around him, but he somehow finds a way to continue to move up in the playoffs. And that's just where, mentally, I think he's one of the strongest players in the league mentally, and that's kind of what takes him to the next level in the playoffs. It takes that dog, and Miami had more dog in them than Milwaukee. I thought Milwaukee was still good enough without Giannis to beat them. I truly believe that. But there was some news that came out about the Bucks coach. That his brother, someone in his family passed away during the series. Because there was a question mark game coaching wise in game 5 by Milwaukee. Overtime, still having 2 timeouts. They didn't use them. They wanted to save them for next year or something. But you got to give credit to Miami, losing Hero, losing Victor Oladipo, having all these undrafted players. You got to give them credit. They earned this series. Biggest surprise of the playoffs so far. They're going to go on to the second round. New York beats Cleveland in 5. Very disappointing season for Cleveland. I thought going into the playoffs, Cleveland had a chance to make it to the conference finals. I thought they had I picked New York to win. I know it's confusing. I picked New York to win this series, but Cleveland should have put up a better fight than a 5-game series. New York isn't that good, let's be honest. They're good, but they're not, Philly, Boston, Milwaukee good. Obviously, Philly, we sweep Brooklyn, move on to the second round. We have had the most rest out of any team and so far. Boston beats Atlanta in 6. Atlanta put up a better fight than I thought they were going to do. Atlanta had a better year than I thought. I think most people probably thought they were going to have. Denver beats Minnesota in 5, probably the most boring series in the first round. Phoenix beats LA in 5. Sacramento, Golden State. Let's get talking to this series. The most fun to watch, entertaining, interesting matchup of the first round. Sacramento, the Young Bucks. Now, I think I picked Golden State to win in 7, I believe. This series ended up being the series that most people thought it was going to be, a very close and long series, 6 or 7 games, and it lived up to the hype. Sacramento, I think, they still played a lot better than I thought they would play. I thought the experience of Golden State was going to show a lot earlier than it did. But I want to go ahead and talk about this Game 7, and it really was all about Curry. Broke the record for most playoff points in a Game 7. I think ever. Yeah, I think ever. 50 points, 6 assists, and 8 rebounds. And he's the type of player where, like, if you have him on his team, there's always a chance to win. And I feel like he's just fun to play with. But, yeah, like I said, like, if he's on your team, you'll always have a chance to win. Like, you're not out of any game, you know? And he showed that. Because he didn't have a lot of help yesterday. 17 from Wiggins, 16 from Clay, 11 from Looney. You know, he had the help. Looney with the 21 rebounds, I will say that was a huge help. I don't know if they win this series, or I don't know if they win this game without Looney, you know, with the 21 rebounds. But it was all about Curry in this game. And I'm starting to think, you know, I don't know, is he the best point guard ever? Is he, you know, should he be not even just point guard? I'm talking player. Like, if he wins another ring or 2, we should be talking about him as the GOAT. We should, man. We should, just because he's a point guard, just because he's small. We gotta have that conversation. Like, let's be honest now. If they beat the Lakers, they gotta have that conversation. You could say you beat LeBron in the playoffs. Shoo! Rough offensive night from the Kings. Murray with 10, Sabonis 22, De'Aaron Fox 16, Malik Monk with 14, Terrence Davis with 14. Yeah, pretty bad night on offense for the Kings. But yeah, Warriors move on to Game 7. And this was not an easy series. I wonder how much energy mentally and physically this series took out of them. Playing Game 7 on a Sunday and then playing Game 1 of the next round on a Tuesday. It's not a lot of time to relax and rest and watch film, but this is, I'm interested to see, do they have a slow start to the series in Game 1? I could see them losing Game 1 just because of the fact that how much energy a Game 7 takes out of you and how much how much back and forth this series has been, you know? But you gotta give props to the Kings. They really, you know, no one saw this coming at the beginning of the year. For sure the you know, you could say Cinderella story of the playoff of the season, NBA season, but no one saw this coming. They really shined through, and hey, they're gonna be a good team. They're gonna for sure be a good team for years to come. You can't deny that. Like, they're going to be good. I could easily see them making a conference finals in the next 2 to 3 years. They get another piece around Fox, like a wing with size that can defend and shoot. And it's just a veteran player. I'm thinking like a P.J. Tucker type player. I think they could be a really, really solid team and potentially make a finals run in the next 2 to 3 years. I could see it, man. I could really, really see it. And then we had the Memphis-LA series. LA takes that series in 6. And a very entertaining series as well with Memphis. You know, you can't talk all that and then not show up and then, you know, act like they weren't just talking the most crap out of any team in the playoffs. But Lakers, and also when it comes to a player like LeBron, you can't give him any fire. You know, you can't give him any motivation, any type of fire to play better. That's what they live for, man. GOATs and the greats like him, the legends. So Memphis, but this wasn't an easy series for the Lakers. Let's be honest. Now, this series definitely could have gone 7 games. You know, if Memphis wins the Game 6 and then plays Game 7 in Memphis, that's tough. That's tough for LA. That's tough, man. So this easily could have gone 7 games. But I'll be looking forward to see how LeBron and Lakers play in round 2. Now let's go ahead and get on with round 2. The whole round 2 is set. A couple series have already started. Miami, New York. Miami takes game one. Miami takes game one against New York. And I don't think anyone expected these two teams to be playing, and we're in the second round of the playoffs. But hey, it's here. We gotta live with it. We gotta live with their consequences. You know what I mean? So Miami takes game one. I watched a little bit of this game. I know Jimmy got hurt in the end of the fourth quarter and pretty much continued to play. Just pretty much was a statue in the corner. Heat win 108 to 101, and I guess this all depends on Jimmy's health. You know, I know Julius Randle's also hurt, so it kind of balances out a little bit. But Jimmy has been the best player in the whole playoffs so far, and he's carrying his team like no other superstar has this playoffs so far. He had 25. He played 43 minutes. He had 25 points, 11 rebounds. Bam had 16. Gates had 20. Kyle Lowry had 18 off the bench. So if he is at all, I think it's a ankle sprain or rolled ankle. But if it's more serious than he's making it seem, then this is going to be a short series. I don't think Miami has enough other than Jimmy enough offense at least to really contend in this playoffs. But if Jimmy's 70 to 80 to 90% healthy, and if they win game two, this is also a short series. And I don't know the status of Jimmy Butler or Julius Randle, but yeah, I mean, good. It was a good game one though. It was a good game one, so we'll see what happens there. And then we got obviously the Philly-Boston series. It starts tonight, Monday night. Fuck, though. I think everyone wanted to see this series, but it sucks that Joel's not going to be healthy. He has some sort of knee injury. So I'm not sure if he'll be out more than one game, but I think if he's out more than one game, I think it's going to be a Boston win here in this series. And that's coming from a Philly fan. That's coming from a Philly fan, so I'm speaking straight. I'm speaking from all the emotions inside me. I hope Joel can get healthy. I hope he can, because this is a 7-game series if he's healthy. This is a 7-game series if he's healthy. And I think we could win a game. I think we could win a game without Joel. I really do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Maxey and James Harden is a good duo. They're a good duo. I fear for our post. I feel for our defense in the paint without Joel. I don't think we have enough size down there, as well as PJ. As good as PJ Tucker is as a smaller big man. Our backup center is like 6'10", 6'9". So this series rests in the hands of Joel's trainer and his kneecaps. It's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? This comes down to Joel's knee. Boston's as good as a team as anyone in the league. They have probably the best chance as of now to come out of the East, considering Milwaukee's out, Joel's injured. Boston has the deepest team. They have experience together. I'm scared. I'm a little scared as a Philly fan. It sucks that Joel isn't going to be able to play. And it's weird because I grew up a Celtics fan. I grew up a Rajon Rondo, a Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett fan. So it does suck that this is going on, man. But hey, if we lose to Boston, I don't mind rooting for Boston in the next round, or just in the playoffs in general. I think whoever wins the Philly-Boston series is going to the East NBA Finals, because whether Miami comes out or New York comes out of that round, I don't think either of those teams are going to beat Philly or Boston. So this Philly-Boston series, this is pretty much the conference finals for the East. No offense to Miami or New York. Both Philly and Boston, they got multiple superstars. Like I said, I think we can win a game without Joel, but he's gonna need to come back. He can't miss more than one game for us to have a chance in the series. Now over to the West, Denver Phoenix. That has already started. Denver takes game one. 125 to 107. A very strong performance from Denver here. Gore 123, Jokic 24, Murray had 34, Bruce Brown with 14. Then for the Suns, KD had 29, Devin Booker with 27, Ayton with 14, Chris Paul with 11. I've been doing a lot of thinking into this series. This is a good series, though. This is definitely a good series that could go either way. I think this series is going to put the Suns to the test, their chemistry to the test. I truly think that putting, as good as KD is, you need time with him, They haven't been in a lot of end of the game situations. They have not been in a lot of those where there's 14 seconds left, they're down 1 or down 2, a couple timeouts. Like there's just a lot of scenarios that happens in the playoffs that they haven't had a lot of experience together compared to Denver, where they've all been together. Their starting line has been together forever. Not forever, but a good amount of time, compared to the Suns. So I'm interested to see, what happens. Denver takes game 1. I could see this going games. I could see this going 7 games too. I keep saying that, but I could see it. But I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on this series. If I had to pick a team to come out, I don't know. I have a feeling about Denver. I have a feeling about Denver. I have a feeling about Denver. I don't know. I do. They made one conference finals in 5-6 years. They've been deep into the playoffs before. They've been in the second round a lot, but I think them having more chemistry is the difference maker in this series. And if Jamal Murray can play like he did in Game 1, Jamal Murray is an X factor here. Also, Porter and Gordon had a good game, but Jamal Murray, if he can score 34 every game, they're winning this series. Lastly, we got LA and Golden State, and this is, I think, going to be the most watched series of the whole entire playoffs. Whew, I wanted this. I wanted either this or Golden State Memphis. Those are my scenarios I wanted the most. And like I said before, is Golden State going to come out slow in the series? I think there's a chance that they might come out slow. I think LA might take game 1. LA might even take game 2. Golden State's the home court advantage, though. They're the 6th seed facing a 7th seed. I didn't put that together in my mind that Golden State's going to play at home the first 2 games. So that kind of changes everything. I could still see LA winning game 1, and then I think Golden State will win game 2, and then I don't know from there, but I think it's going to be 1-1 going to LA. But they really got a home field advantage as a 6th seed in round 2. That's pretty wild. But yeah, you got LeBron AD versus Steph Curry, Draymond, Clay, Wiggins. Like, this is what you want as an NBA, as a basketball fan. This is what you want. I'm interested to see a few things. I'm interested to see, can the Lakers, because Memphis, both of these teams are both LA and Golden State played very different teams in the first round. Sacramento is nothing like LA, and Memphis plays nothing like Memphis plays nothing like Golden State. So I'm interested to see if the Lakers can defend the offense of Golden State, because the offense of Golden State is a lot different than Memphis. I'm interested to see if Reeves, LeBron's going to have to step up his defense. I'm sorry. I've been watching him play defense for years, and there's nothing. He has the potential to be a great defender, but he doesn't put in enough effort. And he's going to need to put effort in against the moving screens, the off-ball screens of the Warriors. So I'm interested to see, one, if the Lakers can withstand the Warriors' offense. I'm interested in the Draymond LeBron. Do they guard each other? Who does LeBron guard, first of all? Who guards Curry? If you put D'Angelo Russell on Curry, that is a nightmare for the Lakers. Like, you probably put Reeves on Curry. Or, no, you probably put Vanderbilt. But Vanderbilt might be a little big, too. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't feel like the Lakers have the defense for this. Because you put Vanderbilt on Curry, potentially. What, Reeves guards Clay? LeBron probably guards Wiggins. A lot of things to think about. I'm interested in all that, though. I'm just interested in everything. I'm LeBron, Steph. The winner of this series can make it to the finals. They're both at 4 rings. Like, this is a legendary series with a lot on the line. The winner of this series could potentially go for their 5th ring because they're tied right now. Well, Steph and LeBron both got 4. Draymond and obviously does too with Clay, but Andre Iguodala. But I think I'm picking. I don't even know who to pick. I feel like I want to go for Golden State though. I feel like they have more. Whoever has a better defensive scheme is gonna win. Because if I'm Steve Kerr, I'm putting Draymond on LeBron probably. Do you put Draymond on LeBron or do you put Draymond on AD? Draymond and LeBron, that matchup is very, very interesting. They're like best friends off the court, so that's an interesting series to watch. Winner potentially might play Phoenix. LeBron versus KD. I want to see it. I want to see LeBron versus KD. I also wouldn't mind Steph Curry versus KD too. I feel like I should root for Phoenix now to come out of that series. I feel like Phoenix in the conference finals against either of the other teams is like such a good matchup. But there it is. There is my predictions for round 2. Hopefully Joel Embiid can come back from injury quicker rather than later. Couple big time NFL quarterbacks have signed with the team. Aaron Rodgers officially gets traded to the Jets. It's been like a fucking 2-month long process. Big trade, really. Packers get the number 13. I think they already used that. Then they get a 2023 second round pick, a 6th round pick, a conditional 2024 second round pick that becomes a first, and Rodgers plays 65% of the plays. But I mean, the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, so the deal's finally done. This makes the AFC East, potentially one of the best divisions I think in the league. I mean, you got Buffalo, Miami, the Patriots, and now the Jets. Does this make the Patriots now the worst team in that division? I think that it's got to be the best division, right? It's got to be the best division. I mean, our division is good, obviously, but how can you not say that's the best division, And NFC East is pretty good, too. I mean, there's a lot of good divisions, but it's definitely going to be weird seeing Rodgers in the Jets uniform. That's for sure. And then, Lamar finally signs a contract. Honestly, I didn't think this was going to happen. I thought he was going to somehow, have to leave Baltimore, but he gets the deal he wants. 5 years, $260 million. He's the new highest paid player in the league. If you're the Baltimore organization, you gotta sign that. You gotta sign a player like that. I mean, that's a generational player. You don't find him every year in the draft. He's insane. He's insane. I think if he can improve his accuracy with the ball and his arm strength, he could be top 2 or 3 quarterback in the league if he's not already. With the speed, combined with that speed and the running ability that he has. Happy for him though. He deserved to get paid. Everyone knew that. Everyone knew he deserved to get paid. I think that Baltimore was just being stingy though. I think Baltimore was just being stingy with their money. But you gotta play him. You gotta pay him. Now they just got to bring some actual talent around him. And they got OBJ. How is he going to look after his injury he had last year? I guess it was 2 years ago, but they can put a couple better pieces around him. The Ravens are going to be dangerous, you know. Still have a good defense. $185 million guarantee. God damn, I wish I was that rich. Hey, that's going to be it for today. You know, we kind of just went over some of the series going on, the second round matchups in the NBA playoffs. Next week will probably just be the same thing. We'll have more info on Joel Embiid's injury and some of these other players' injuries, Jimmy Butler, but I'm going to continue to react to these games as they keep going on, these series as they keep going on. I've been loving it. I've been watching it every day, every time that I can. And I hope you all enjoy these episodes. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. I said subscribe. Just do it. All right. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.